Omen on attack on Haven. That's why. Okay, it was brought up by the wonderful desk just how aggressive he is opening up rounds on a team full of talent, how willing he is to take risks all the time, and there's so much of that right here on Omen. I loved how Maniac brought up that with Omens, you've got to be the most creative on top of, if you want to go for opening picks, there's options for you to partake in. But with Shrouded Step, the way that you can put out your cover to the other side of the map, it's such a sandbox to you, and you have so many options and can have such huge influence on opening kills.
The style of an Omen.
Stoneman.
Something to be impressed about. So, buckle in, ladies and gentlemen.
Buckle up.
As we will get 2 more teams tonight. 2 more teams through to the next stage of First Strike. Owl Drone from TakaS gonna go clear out this A site. Look at that. Completely clear for the taking. Opportunists work inwards. Now
no one likes...
Spike is the last man in, so it takes a little bit of time, but they get there in the end.
No one likes A anymore.
No.
Nobody's playing on the sites anymore. It's always long A or all the way back. Oh my gosh, the full-on flank.
Yep, 4 members of FunPlus PhoeniX trying to challenge. It's good trade frags back and forth as always. TakaS, however, he goes down to Zyppaan. We're into the 1 versus 2. So the only player to have come from heaven in Meddo is shut down. hoppY with that final headshot as Opportunists take pistol.
5 dead. Trying to retake from long A, because that's where they knew they were going to come from, and the post plant, it's not about the site. When you know that people are going to have to get back on the site, it's about the extremities and the choke points leading in from the big flank. Maybe they didn't expect that many people to come in, but damn, were they prepared.
And more importantly than anything, they were on point. They hit the headshots they needed. They got those swift trades. Trade's the name of the game when it comes down to Valorant. And then hoppY, well, he was that final hurdle. He could have either allowed the 1v1 to ensue, or as we saw him, just shut it all down. A is yet again forfeited from the defense here as they come into the round with just some upgraded pistols. 3 sheriffs across the board for FPX.
Omen blind slightly off the mark. Spin, spot an opportunity with the sheriff. But it's not noon quite yet. They don't want to fight this.
And then they've had enough of waiting around in middle. They decide to go sprinting into the A site. rodeN on the front line. That Jett dash is canceled out by Shao, but TakaS, he lines up 2 players, and then AKUMAAAA gets himself a single. So good thing Sova was there to cover the first player as Breach was priming his charges. And Angel just chipping away at the heels of the fallback. Check out the HP for 3 of the players from Opportunists. It's so low that a little part of you should think this is still winnable, albeit unlikely. You've got 2 players for Opportunists over on long, and the Nano Swarm on Spike means that Angel's gonna have to walk forward here. He's gonna need to make that contact. Look, he even scares TakaS into the open. Now Angel, he's trying to give that cover, but logaN lays down the law. And a second round for Opportunists, thanks to their hold on long.
Nice job from logaN with those final 2 kills. Angel, with such a little bit of utility, made them very, very scared. Almost brought back a couple extra frags into their pocket and brought the retake within reason, but there just wasn't that much time on the clock. And of course, TakaS' spray to the back of the site as they accidentally lined up. It was the first and maybe final nail in the coffin. They attempted the retake, but I don't know. Killing the last guy as well, plus that Omen smoke coming up, you'd think there's probably no chance. So, 2-0 start. And of course, MR24, heavy emphasis on the pistol rounds. It will be a talking point on the desk after this match for whoever wins or loses.
Owl drone through to the C site. Hasn't spotted anything. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. First ultimate of the map. And contact made by TakaS. He's going to drop Shadow on that rotate. Shao trying to dodge now as the cage goes down. rodeN and AKUMAAAA's kills are crucial. That's the 2 that clear up this site and give them the 3-on-1 post.
Yo, not bad. What's the point of a retake if you cannot even have even numbers moving in? Zyppaan's just wondering what happened to his teammates as they die trying to hold on to C. And him with just his boom bot, I mean, is there real hope? Of course, in Valorant, it feels like very unlikely retakes can come into the realm of possibility with the right utility. But in this spot, with the spike tick that far down, it doesn't seem like there's any hope.
Nicely done here. Opportunists winning the first full buy round. Going into that C site, making absolute quick use of the ultimate, making sure that they don't sit on it, but rather use it to find that third round. So early momentum entirely to the attacker's side. Yeah,
it's so well done on the execute. A little bit scary here for FunPlus. Don't know how they're feeling about it, but so far, so deliberate here from Opportunists, looking very fast and looking very cohesive as a unit. So they're buying in now. I mean, upgrading all to the best guns that you could possibly imagine, and on the other side, it's more of a half save. Just some upgraded sheriffs. TakaS always using his owl drone early. Garage, long A. Just getting the information right away, not using it to lead in for executes.
Good start from logaN. Just snipping the head off Zyppaan. Walk in from rodeN, finding this A site clear for the taking yet again.
This is a big thing. I mean, also the fact that you don't know how far the first guy is, right? Like you can see Shadow, he's thinking about who might be in A, but not how far they could be in A. And we saw yesterday with G2, with David P, the way he was able to walk into the A site so early, have his teammates run up behind him. So they get this sound cue that people are coming, but they don't know that someone's already pitched a tent, that they're hanging out on the site. They've cleared everything out already.
Just rotating into that one lurk, constantly losing players before the retake even gets rolling. This retake will move forward, despite it being somewhat ill-equipped. Got the Nano Swarm on the spike. Angel gets scanned. That's an easy kill from logaN as he predicts the peak. buckyj just can't land it. Now Shao, 1 versus 4, and they get aggressive so that they can go ahead and trade that one with ease. 4 rounds for Opportunists in a row.
Yeah, in a row. They do give it their best shot. That is FunPlus PhoeniX on the retake. And again, there's always an attempt. There's always an attempt. It's just not working out. And now onto this round. We'll see what the setup will be out the gates. There are 2 ultimates up on each side. We've got the Hunter's Fury. Sometimes we'll see a situation where we'll have our Sova on A ult early. Get the info on A on the site that nobody wants to play these days, and then they'll move ahead with the round after that.
Revealing area.
At the moment, he's pushed up. He's not spotting any information. And he'll be careful to hold on to the ult. He can also use this ult to cancel out Killjoy's ult, so that's also a consideration.
Flashing around the corner of long. Shao, if he lets them get too close, then suddenly his Hunter's Fury not going to be able to get whipped out.
That's true.
It's kind of beyond that point where he has them all corralled inside of lobby.
Oh, that's a big save. Not getting darted there.
They're getting dangerously close, however. AKUMAAAA starting to clear out the corners, making things very uncomfortable for FPX, who do hold back from a bit of a distance, as they have. So, looking like another 5v5 post plant.
Do we see the lockdown come out, and do we see the counter ult as well? That's the big question. Some utility here from Shadow as they get set up in all their favorite spots. Meddo in the heavens.
Get out of my way.
Blade Storm popped. That's going to be for rodeN to hold down this post plant. He's going to get aggressive, moves in, and can't manage the follow-up. Only the first kill from him. AKUMAAAA's got the flash primed. Of course, at any point, hoppY could just go swinging outwards here, but there it is. The attackers lockdown coming in. Suddenly, FPS, they need to get this going. They need to get the ball rolling, but everybody holding back. They've gone ahead and interrupted it. Now there's going to be that neural theft in the middle of it all, and the last enemy's revealed, but he's not taken down right away, and because of it, time is the issue.
They have to go. Oh my gosh, Shao knows what's coming. They lose. Everything gets popped, and that's Meddo in the midst of the fight, picking up his ultimate as well, only to pop it and lose the round. An extraordinarily strong start here for Opportunists, and that was the closest shave, but they survived that, and now they'll get a moment of respite.
Hunter's Fury, man.
This will be the hardest. Yeah, this will be the hardest of a few rounds for them to win. So, I mean, this is insane that they were able to pick up this 5th.
Even if,
man,
I'm trying to think, maybe had he been able to stick it, but he had to come off of the defuse because we had that push out from the final player inside of smoke.
And you can see how every bit of delay that comes in can mean something, right? With the neural theft getting popped, if there was enough time on the clock, they had that round locked up. But because they did such a good job of delaying even slightly in all these different spots, you know, showing them that they were willing to pop the lockdown. Plus they had Jett pop Bladestorm and fight spawn and get a kill, and then take some time on the second one. Like, all of these moments shaved down time and made it so that they could not defuse the spike.
A lot of abilities being thrown in that post plant. You love to see it, right? I think that it's a bit of an indicator here that FPX are most certainly gunning to get a first round on the board, throwing in what they could. They do still sit on 3 ultimates at the start of this round. Angel, Zyppaan, and Shadow. So Rolling Thunder, a showstopper, definitely some good chances to interrupt and execute. Here comes Angel inside of Garage with just the 1 kill. And no real trade potential. Yes, we do have Shadow taking position inside of Garage, but just as he gets there, Opportunists move elsewhere. And they're gonna move that bomb, or spike rather, up C. And the closer it gets, the closer that 6th round to the board does as well.
Jett doesn't even need abilities. Space has been created. Spike will get planted. Everybody will be alerted. The party's on C.
Now, do they use ultimates to try and make this retake happen? There's always an effort, or at least there has been.
Got breach in position.
Yeah, logaN's still back where he buys guns. But he's not going to find any contact. Cypher heads elsewhere. That's Meddo looking to join his teammates as they come in from Garage. That's an easy pickup on rodeN. Rolling Thunder in 2 directions, plus the showstopper downtown. hoppY's dead to rights. AKUMAAAA, he wants to peek this, but so many players giving cover to the defuse. Shao's gonna slip this through.
Covered in paint and sorry, Rolling Thundered. It was like they had a long night out of drinking. They could not see a thing. Had no idea what was coming either. Just an absolute flurry of abilities, excuse me. It went both ways, but it didn't actually matter. So, kind of also good here for FunPlus that they bait out this extra bit of utility in response. But ultimately, that 1 round is what they were looking for. So the quiet plants are what we're seeing very consistently. It clearly is not indicative of who is going to win the round. It just means that on attack, you're going to have more, alt points being gained. You're going to have maybe a little bit of a scarier situation for the defenders, but they're prepared and they're ready for this kind of battle.
Ooh. From the shadows, we get that TP from Omen. Canceled out. Goes back into C Garage, which is exactly where the Opportunists try and puncture through. Angel, nice second headshot into AKUMAAAA. And Shadow, he's going to keep some eyes on mid. hoppY falls silent. TakaS checks flank. It's a man disadvantage versus Opportunists, but hoppY goes ahead, moves from the shadows into hell on this A site with Spike. So his teammate can come over from long, but a fake plant nets him nothing. No immediate peek. Spy camera to be thrown down, get some information.
Spike planted.
Even hits the dart. But of course, the spray through that wall tells him not only is Omen walking down into lower, but the last player's over here on long. So TakaS, he's given himself up. He's gonna have to stand tall and deliver.
A stack
with
peak.
2 players on the peak. It's a second round for FPX.
Yeah, well done. Everything just made a lot of sense.
It is over.
It's kind of cool how you can see, like, these situations are expected. They have protocols to deal with them, and like even someone like Omen on attack there knows that he can pretty much get into the A site in the mid round for free. Like, it's just not something that they're really concerned about, but they know it's also doesn't mean that they're going to win the round. I think, where you might get into a gamble situation where if in spots like that, that one player is going to just try to walk in, it might be a free kill. Depending on how comfortable you are. Because right now, FPX are not doing too many aggressive A setups. I don't think we've seen one, actually.
No.
So that's something that's a little bit different. It might be the Killjoy that's holding them back a bit in that regard.
But a real chance for FPX to close the distance on the scoreboard. Just some pistols here for Opportunists to work with. They look to move headstrong into the A site. There is 3 players here, but rodeN's just going to prioritize planting Spike. And ooh, he dodges the damage, but the Spike's not gone down, Launders.
Oh, it didn't actually get planted. That's enormous. I mean, now it's behind enemy lines, and they already went to their post-plant setups. This is an absolute disaster for the Opportunists.
Meddo's able to dodge the damage that could have hit him from behind. Getting back that Spike, that's going to be the biggest issue here. So, yes, there was a chance here for the Opportunists, and there could still be room for little bouts of success. But with logaN on the opposite side of the map, once upon a time was spotted, they're going to take their time with
He could have gotten that plan, too.
Yeah.
That's just a moment. I don't think he got scared. I think he just misread the animation. Just thought he had it. Stood up, moved. He would have. I think he could have gotten that Spike down, no problem, and dodged the damage, no issue whatsoever. But
it looked like 99%.
It was
planted.
definitely. I was confused when I saw the clock because I thought he had it too.
Well,
my heart goes out to him.
Rest in pieces.
Nice try.
Yeah, maybe next time. It is just the thrifty round for the Opportunists, so doesn't come through in the end, and they don't get that Spike plant. Only the 1 frag, of course, as well. So what could have been, but what wasn't.
I mean, on the bright side, they don't
check out the plant animation. Look how close that is.
Yeah, a sliver. Slow it down. Let's go. Oh, come on. Give it to him. Give him some of the plant. Maybe it doesn't blow up the whole site, but at least something.
It's a bit of a heartbreaker, huh?
Slightly less AoE, but come on.
Yeah, he was just so nervous about...
I think it was prepared. I think worst case, it should have just exploded in his hands.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't set it up properly, right?
Yeah, a little bit of an explosive malfunction.
Yeah.
All right, well,
it's tough.
Goofs and gaffs aside, still 3 rounds to 5. Opportunist, slight lead. Uh-oh, here comes another Hunter's Fury. Shao trying to dodge it back by Spawn. Does avoid it all. But it's not just the Hunter's Fury he has to worry about. There are a lot of players on the cusp of this C site. 4 of which, to be specific. And Shao, well, he starts to get a little bit aggressive. Pushes forward, is met by the Cyber Cage, and Meddo and Zyppaan, that's the 2 kills. It's Angel now to try and go 1 better. We've got the showstopper coming in from Zyppaan, and hoppY in the corner looking to close, just cannot do it all. 3 frags for him, but the same can be said for Zyppaan.
Zyppaan. Ziplocked.
Zyppaan.
Ziplocked and sealed.
Shabam.
That round out. No problem. Interesting with him. Now, you see the Jett, how Jett's like walking up to a choke point, dashing for the plant, and how everybody's just moving out. Like, no one's even, there's not even a fallback plan for if things go wrong because they know that, like, no one's even going to cover that. It's free. But on the other hand, Zyppaan is picking Raze as a point of comfort, maybe just because he's so much better with it. He's not going to rely on that, and we'll see what happens in the attacking half. But I think that's where things will get way more interesting, where we're seeing Jett lead on this side, but in the second half, it's going to be more about Omen leading.
Well, right now, Killjoy's leading. logaN walking up middle. Gets a little bit of contact, but that's not his only threat here on this B site. Control of it for FPX on either extremity. There's a chance they push out C Garage. Would give them a quick flank into what is all 5 members of Opportunists. But hey, that Guardian finding a headshot is huge. Poor rodeN. He just wants to plant a damn spike. And he gets forced off of it this time yet again. Then Zyppaan peeks into it with a single kill. But there's movement all over. Angel's doubling back from C long. We've got the spike with all of its teammates moving into A, and that's exactly where the majority of FPX remain.
Yeah.
Comfortable and in position.
Fast. They got here quick, man. Might be a little bit scary here for the Opportunists, thinking, hey, I thought this was our site, until the spike gets planted.
Left.
And they run it back from the sewers onto long.
But look how comfy our Sova is getting. Shao now pushing over in towards short, and he'll spot the so low push.
That's everything. You know, if he sits back on spike site, then maybe he gets split. Now he can just try and deny this spike plant. rodeN, with a little bit of time left, actually gets this one in. So, okay, a silver lining for the offense, but regardless, a 5th round on the board for FPX. This game's all tied up.
Yeah, 2 rounds left in the half, and I think basically everybody will agree that this game is all about adapting, and feels like a consistent theme when you talk about these teams and to them in their interviews, and you can see the better teams. I mean, there's some situations where there are good starts, but it's always the better team that comes back in the end. And right now, FPX are showing us why that is. I think the weird trap here for Opportunists is thinking about, well, you know, we do half the battle on A, we get the spike down, we have a really good post-plant situation, but now they're starting to lose almost every post-plant situation, and sometimes the early round is falling apart too. So they're walking out towards A again. This time, Angel will take the initial duel, and Zyppaan will trade and fall back as well.
Yep, that's the engagement that really favors FPX. He gets away with his life, and a lot of it. Shadow goes for the blind, sees all the information he needs, looks to concuss them, soften them up before they come in with any kind of a commitment, but they hold for now. And look at this flank. Zyppaan, he could go all the way. Ooh, interesting use of the lockdown. And Zyppaan, he's not going to wait for anybody. Runs right into it, and they've got just a few seconds left where they need to respect this ult. It pops, and from the shadows, hoppY's going to move all the way over to the C site. Caught out by the spy cam, he extracts the dart, and he anticipates the peek from CT, but there is already the walkout. A man breathing down his neck in Meddo is going to close this one for FPX. A 6th round and a lead for the defender.
Gotta love that instant punish. Smile, you're on camera, it says Meddo.
It is over.
It's on the parking lot security camera. C is not safe, but you gotta respect the attempt for the plant. 1v2, one of the better situations you're gonna get. I mean, with Omen's ult, you're just throwing it out whenever there's a small chance, really. Just, it's not one of the most powerful ults, but it's useful for situations like this, so, and it can be great for executes, but whenever you need it, really. It was in the realm of possibility, but you don't get one over on Meddo. Last round should tell us a lot. You know, can we see Opportunists not only have a strong start, but figure out a team that has figured them out?
What's their adaptability in the final moment of the first half? They joined forces in the C split. The entirety of Opportunists now in position. Of course, that rolling thunder could be huge. It starts to slow things down, but Shao, he cranks the dial. 3 kills for him. Angel and Shadow get this one done. 2 rounds the advantage for FunPlus PhoeniX. A hell of a strong start from the Opportunists. Let's see if the swapping of the sides can reignite that flame that looked to be stoked here on Haven. And we are back. Still the 2-round lead for FPX, but they take to the offense here on Haven. Opportunists getting a chance to tackle what is one of Europe's very best teams. And they had what was a lightning quick start, but it fizzled out, Launders.
I think if you ask James, they're the best team.
According to James.
They're the number 2 team by some rankings.
Yeah. They need that BO3 victory over
But if
G2.
James is the only person you met, never heard of Valorant esports, and he's like, yeah, let me talk about this game, you would think FunPlus PhoeniX were by far and away the best team on Earth.
Number 1. Quick clash coming out of hoppY. I love this. Right into the second half with a little tenacity. But it comes at a cost. FPX now on the forefront. Where do they go? They hold in mid. As quickly as Opportunists attack them, they all disappeared. 1 HP for Shadow.
My goodness. He plays... well, it's an interesting spot, but this double flank that's coming in might make it a lot less interesting. They're really eyes forward on the B side. I don't think they plan to check their flanks at the moment. So that's a free B on Shadow. A headshot on a 1 HP player. A little bit of overkill. Shao, will he experience the same fate? That's the big question. I mean, him getting spotted is the most unnerving part of it all. However, he answers back with 1. That's a second headshot. Now we're in business. Look for 3. Can he grab it? He can. He can grab it with half his might. He barely had to try. Didn't have to move. He's the turret on the B site.
Oh, that absolutely has to sting. 1v1, V1, V1. They came at him and they did not conquer. And that third fight, well, that was labored. I mean, Killjoy should have had it, let's be real. But check this out.
Hit him with 2 bullets.
Yep. rodeN goes for the first peek. TakaS not quite in position.
Oh my God.
Never even hit by the third player.
Man, he's got evasion, apparently. Didn't know that was in the game.
Okay.
Was that Arena?
Okay.
Damn.
That one's going to sting for logaN.
It will. Oh, scary spot, man, that second pistol. So now they split him.
Die.
So that's with an 8-5 lead, and it is a quick second round after the pistol.
Yeah, very quick 9th. Oh, Shadow dies out to the final player from the Opportunity.
Oh my God, does that just change the whole makeup of the second half?
I feel like it does.
Right? Damn, dude.
Also, I would like an official Launders review of Shadow's crosshair when we get a chance. There's a lot of crosshairs that we get to see across these tournaments.
I feel very strongly about crosshairs.
So wait until you see Shadows.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, down long C.
Cover going out.
Where everybody, look at that.
I can't even see it. Hold on.
Get close, right here.
Oh!
No, not Shao, Shadow.
Oh.
Just wait. He's got an ability out.
Okay.
Turret out.
Oh, come on.
Put away the flashpoints, man.
Look at that!
Oh, what is that?
What are those?
Buttermilk pancake crosshair. What is this? Oh my goodness. We are playing Quake, son.
Yeah. Put him somewhere in the middle. You'll get what you need.
The Eggo waffle crosshair.
Angel putting holes through logaN like an Eggo. And AKUMAAAAA just trying to play the side of the smoke. Does get 1 in Zyppaan, but a very quick trade thanks to Meddo. So man advantage, but Shao, well, he's also joined his teammates from around the corners of long. TakaS potentially to come in from garage, waiting for his 2 teammates to both get into position before they try and split into this C site. TakaS sends the dart out. Oh, double kill on the backside of the site, and that final nail in the coffin to give FunPlus PhoeniX their 10th round, doubled the score of Opportunists, who have now not won a single round for 10 rounds straight.
Oh, don't say it like that.
10 rounds straight.
Don't put so much emphasis on the 10 rounds straight. Come on. That I would have liked to see FunPlus PhoeniX play attack at first. Now.
Look at that.
He's a magician and a coach.
What are those? No, but really, what is that?
Can you do that?
Yeah.
You can. That's very intuitive, actually. Somehow. All right, well, here's some opening trades. Well, no trades, actually. It's a one-way street. Someone just got the Yu-Gi-Oh cards ripped out of their hands. No trades in sight.
Not the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Both arms of Exodia.
But no feet. Angel. Uh-oh, don't look away. logaN nearly getting the better of the timing, but off of that singular A kill, you know they're going to take it to him. Opportunists, oh, they try to play for the flank, but that also gets shut down. Angel now hunting that final kill in AKUMAAAA, who's out in the open and doomed, yeah? 11 rounds to 5.
Damn, dude. Well, we'll get at least okay, one chance, right? We'll see what I really want now. I really wanted to see FunPlus's attack on Haven, and it doesn't seem like we're gonna get it. We'll see. This one last opportunity with some decent guns. They'll spend all their money. Opening setup, they've got Killjoy utility. Just sprinkled across the A site. Everything basically is over here. Jett forward facing. A bit different to the way other people, I mean, most people are not using anything in the site anymore, it feels like. Now, at this moment, with 4 ults, it looks like they want to try this garage split, a breach ult to clear things out. It's going to be a hard site to hold, but I mean, at least fortunately here for Opportunists, there's not many here. Oh, but that's one way to get in the middle of things.
Player in the background gets absolutely smoked. AKUMAAAA doesn't even need to see him, but he does die out to Shadow. This is a little chance, a little spice of life from the Opportunists. AKUMAAAA showing us what he can do if given the chance.
That's sick, man. Did we have ults? We had one ult go off, right? So it's scary because we only had Shadow's ult go off this round, I think.
You are correct.
So it's still scary because we're still looking at 3, but you could argue that Shadow's was the most important.
Dude, let's look at this lineup. Who got robbed? Who lost the lottery today?
I think he knows here. Okay, we're talking about the guy all the way in the back.
Yeah, watch this.
Boy. Ugh. Poor Meddo. He didn't want to fight. He was just world star in the background trying to watch it.
Yeah, he's pulling his phone out.
Yeah. He was just going to upload the video.
Well, now we've got 3 ultimates on each side.
Cyphertube.com.
Some real chance at a bit of a comeback from the Opportunists. Problem for them, such non-existent margin of error.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that one's going to sting. Angel, he regains consciousness. Lays down some abilities here inside of the B site. Now this Omen smoke on top of the B box, he constantly teleports into it. And he's got players all around him. In fact, right behind him is hoppY. So Omen v Omen, Opportunists out on top. And TakaS potentially to take over Garage.
Interesting.
They sit back, FunPlus PhoeniX.
Mr. Sova has moved in TakaS, where, like, okay, it looks like they want to try to fight. They're scared of this kind of garage hit. They don't want to give it up, but Shao, he peeks anyways.
And it looks like they could continue on into this B hit. Ooh, but hoppY, he's able to get himself a second kill this round before being toppled by Shao, who's also sitting on 2. The neural theft goes down. That is total, absolute information. Breach flash, perfect. But the trades are even better. We've got the 1v1 between Shao and AKUMAAAA for a potential 12th on FPX.
30 seconds left.
Okay, well, AKUMAAAA, he's got a lot left. Shao, he can play from anywhere with his ult, but he's also, he can put this tag out if he wants to. It'll be a dry duel. AKUMAAAA will win it straight on. Fantastic couple of rounds from him.
Nice play from AKUMAAAA. Goes for the fault line from the B to A connector. Hits the spike carrier. Leaves him stranded and stunned underneath heaven. And then the follow-up flash. Despite it not finding the eyes, just makes that such an awkward post-plant position that he gets the duel and he has the slight edge in it. But, I mean, play back this round. Any one of these individual kills goes the other way, and we're looking at FPX comfortably on 12.
Yeah, and this here's a scary situation where, you know, now you've got the Omen ult up on your attack. You've got a Hunter's Fury for the post plan if you want to. You've got Raze to open up a site for you, running in. if you want to. And the initial default looks exactly the same. Actually, Shadow gets first picked. And so that's a strong start. We haven't seen any presence towards A from FPX early on in these rounds. I guess we'll see if, I mean, one thing that I really appreciate about Opportunists, they're really uncomfortable with the thought of giving up Garage, and they're willing to fight for it in all these different late round spots, and it feels like that's a key position that FPX want badly, and they're trying to find a window of opportunity to get in there over and over again, and sometimes they're getting the kill, but it's not without getting traded afterwards.
Cover going out.
Yeah, they're never able to just comfortably cut through it, but maybe combining it with a heavy long presence is what they need.
Oh,
Operator in position. rodeN's able to drop one. It's Zyppaan to hit the dirt. Hunter's Fury on the spike plant. That pushes the player off of it. Akuma, he will get that singular kill, but Shao just nailed the double. He gets Akuma and hoppY. Both those players coming out from Garage. Angel, quick TP onto the box next to Spike. A 2v3. He shuts down the Blade Storm. Now he's on his own, and TakaS gonna close. As an 8th round added to the board for Opportunists means they're within 3.
Well, that's exciting stuff. Nice use of the ult from TakaS to make sure they can't put the spike down, and even with that, there was a push that got punished, but a trade both ways. An opening kill came out from Breach, who came out of short B, traded back by Angel, who, or excuse me, I think Shao ended up getting 2.
Yeah.
And there was an attempt that almost was successful, but Shao doesn't have enough HP remaining here. Even though Jett drops all of her Blade Storm knives, there's still 2 more players, full HP bars, wrapping the site to make sure they can lock it down. So within 3. And speaking of ults, we've got Killjoy now online here for Opportunist.
Ooh. Gotta dodge that fault line. What's the move?
They have never even tested all this Killjoy utility on the A site.
Oy.
Oh my goodness.
Operator in position. rodeN almost dashing into the wall. That could have hurt. Owl drone gets shut down. Now they're going to have eyes on that Jett as they see her retreat, but she's not the only one in position. In fact, a good amount of the defense here to hold. TakaS with a kill already. rodeN still scope up. Shadow's flash will push her back, but is it enough? There's a lockdown, of course, for the retake if needed.
Yeah, this round should be over whether they know it or not.
Oh, and especially with that one, logaN just sitting down inside of hell. He has nowhere to go. So easy pickup from Shadow. And suddenly, that ultimate that we were talking about for the post plant is now off the table.
30 seconds
Kuma's
left.
got his as well.
Spike planted.
A rolling thunder for Shadow could be huge. And there it is. Sends it out. But that long play, that flank, oh, Shadow, a 3rd kill for him. He is going absolutely ham. 4 kills and only 1 left for that 12th round to be secured. But rodeN plucked from the sky.
Out of the sky. Doesn't even get his feet on the ground. That's where Jett likes to be, but not dead midair. A 12th in that fashion. And this is maybe why we don't have as many players within the site. Like Killjoy in this spot cannot put her ult down safely in hell. Also has to fight to make sure she can stay alive for a post-plant situation. And her teammates don't want to be in a situation where they have to try to keep her alive until the spike gets planted. Ideally, I'm sure Killjoy would have liked to have been somewhere safe behind her teammates. Everybody there could have set up for a player advantaged retake and then laid the ult down and moved in no problem.
Multiple players scanned by the recon drone. Feels like FPX, they tasted blood on this A site and they're coming back in for second servings. Immediate entries puts a world of hurt onto the Opportunists. Yet again, logaN not able to drop that lockdown, but rodeN will come flying in with 1. They're outnumbered 2-1. And this is not an easy retake, not by any stretch of the imagination. Akuma, he gets hit by that dart. Location revealed over and over. The showstoppers pulled out by Zyppaan. but not fired.
remaining.
And that's unfortunate. Walks through the Omen smoke only to die. It's Meddo to close as FPX take Haven 13 rounds to 8.
Well, it was 13-8, but it was a very good attempt at the comeback. They definitely looked solid in the second half. I think it was a bit surprising, and yeah, I feel like there was just one thing there where we didn't even get to see Killjoy.